You got the touch. You got the power.
Ooh, pull up a chair. This is Fluxtaposed.
Yeah.
We're on March 6th, 2018 on the docket today. It's game night. Get caught up on what you plan, featuring Annihilation and 3 billboards. Finally, we'll close out the show with the community grab bag and that sweet, sweet awkward finish. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And enjoy the show.
Hi. Hi. Old and unreliable, you mean? Bunch of bullshit. Yeah. Motherfucker, I thought I had you I unmuted you. I swear to God. And then I look over and Skinny Matt says, "Can't hear Jason." Oh my God. I swear I clicked on you. So nobody heard anything you just said. What the
You're the worst host ever now.
Well, it's not like I'm not doing 8,000 things at the same time, so. You all know, just copy and paste what he typically says and just put in 202. He said, "Welcome back, we suck," and that's neither here nor there. It is what it is, etc., etc.
Well, at least the good news is that audio listeners will be able to hear it all. But
yeah, I'll have to splice it back in. If you want to hear the whole episode, you'll have to go back and listen to the audio.
Oh,
that's a good model.
Why do these things happen to us? Why?
No, it's not going to be a shit show. We're going to turn it around right now.
All right. Well, now that we've got all that out of the way, so we've already had screw-ups and fun things happen.
Yeah.
And everything's broken. And
yes.
Life's terrible.
I hate myself.
It's just a standard production for this here podcast.
So. Podcastical. Look at that. What do you think about that? You know where this is from?
Well, look at that. What do you think about that?
Oh, I have that too. Well, not down here, but you know where this beer's from?
Texas.
You don't mess with Texas, bitch. I said that I would try one beer. I would save one beer for the show and try it live on the air. And that's what I'm doing. Holy crap! So this is a coffee porter that Callow sent me in my care package from Texas with love.
Ooh.
And I didn't have so bad a pour this time.
I made the mistake of oh, there you go.
Drinking milk on a hot day?
I'm slowly hovering around Parsec, and it's just like, oh no, it like wants me to take control of your computer. I like lose my mouse, and it's just
that's silly. Well, that shit'll calm down once we start playing games, and it gets its joy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly do a volume mixer on Parsec and mute it so that way I don't hear everything. If it lets me, nope, it's not there. Cause why? There it is.
This is
because every time we were doing music, I was getting double. I was
double everything.
Parsec, and it was just like, ah. So
yeah, Parsec just mirrors my desktop along with my audio, so there's a bit of basically we're sacrificing having to be in the same room to make this simpler with the convenience of doing this at home and having the inconvenience of technology handle all the other aspects of it. So there's definitely been some bumps along the way.
Man, oh man. And if you can't tell, I'm full of mucus, so I'm going to cough.
That's how we like you.
I'm going to have Lucas's job with coughing, and here we go.
I'm going to label this the cough cast. Good Lord.
Yeah. So I'm getting over sinus fun.
This coffee beer is quite good.
So as you can see and hear, Lucas, as Lucas said, the beer trade has begun.
Yeah, so. And I think everyone just has anxiety about it. From what I've read, everyone's just like, I hope my beer arrives on time and the police don't show up and kill me and pay these exorbitant prices to ship things.
Yeah, well, there's that side of things, and then there's just like everyone. So far, the shipping experience has been very different for everyone.
Yeah, that's the real weirdness.
I think Kevin is the champion so far. I think he got the cheapest.
I think he has a guy.
He must, but it's kind of funny. Like mine was almost $10 more than his, and then y'all know how Josh's story went. So I'm interested to see how Surge's came out too, and then Denny, I'm sure is going to be the most because he hooked Matt up to ridiculous levels. So.
Denny's sending Matt a bar, basically. He's sending him an entire brewery through the mail. One of everything.
So we're definitely going to work kinks out.
Ooh, sexy. I like kinks.
I don't want people to get stuck behind a huge shipping barrier, you know?
Yeah. I don't want it to be $50 point of entry every other month. That's still pretty bad. I was hoping more for like 30 to 40. I know it's going to, depend on what you end up shipping every time and how far it's shipping. But for the most part, it'd be nice if we could shave off $10 or so.
Yeah, I was hoping to be at like $20, and I was not at $20. But hey,
$20 for shipping and buying the beer.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. It was like that's like impossible.
I'm talking about just shipping. Shipping.
Yes,
The beer price I wasn't worried about because you can directly control that. That's easy. So
if it was $15 every time, that would be fine. Perfect. If I could just guarantee it was $15 to ship every single time.
Yeah. Fits the ships, right?
Exactly. That's what she says. What? I don't know. Can I go through my IRL real quick so we can get things picked up?
Yeah.
So I'll do the quick stuff first, but I got a little show and tell at the end. So you audio listeners might want to come back and check out the video podcast, at least for this little section, because it'll be worth it. Well, I hope it'll be worth it. Maybe everyone will hate it. But real quick, I got my beer in front of me, so I'm trying that. It's good. I enjoy it. I got a second monitor finally. Oh my God. The joys of a second monitor. It's not my giant TV anymore. If that's behind me, we talked about that. So I got the second monitor, and it's really helped because now I don't have to physically move my head so far around the area. You know what I mean? Just to move things around from screen to screen and everything. It's more of it's more of like one simplified process instead of having one giant monitor and then one smaller one off to the side. So that's been great.
I hope you can increase how many times you mouse hover over our windows, though.
I'm going to do it right now. Just to. I have you off in the corner so that it's less likely, but before I had the monitor on the other side and it just, I don't know, it didn't work out the right way.
I just like giving you shit because I'm the guy that doesn't do anything here. I just show up.
Well, at least you're giving me something. Shit's better than nothing, I suppose.
It's true.
And then a quick story. So I've had this Movie Pass card for quite some time, right? Probably 4 or 5 months.
Like around Christmas time, wasn't it? Or just
I think.
Christmas?
Well, no, because I got it in summer, or I subscribed in the summertime, but then I didn't get it until the fall. The card, because it took forever. So I finally said, you know what? I'm just gonna go to a movie by myself. Now, I have never done that. Have you done that before, Jason? Gone to a movie alone?
I've been tempted, but I've never have yet.
Well, when I got there, so I don't know why, but I was kind of like nervous about it. I really don't understand why, but for some reason there's something about going somewhere by yourself that I guess typically you go with people, so to go by yourself it seems odd that you feel like you're gonna stand out or whatever. So I go there and I get my ticket and I said one for Annihilation. I went and saw Annihilation, but I'll talk about the movie when we get to the what you playing. I said one for Annihilation. She says one. Like just one? Just one? Yeah. Like, are you sure you're here by yourself? Because that's horrible. No. I'm like, yep, one. And then she said, oh, you're one of those Movie Pass people. Ugh. So she gave me my ticket, and I kept getting all these strange looks, and I get up to the concession stand, which I had to wait for a little while, and I was like, I bought a soda, but I have the movie bucket, the thing that they refill for you for free. Is you pay like $800 for the bucket, and then you better go like every day to the movies so that you can recoup your cost. So I fill my bucket and I get something to drink, and the person's like, "Oh, are you here alone?" And I was like, no, I'm just kidding. They didn't do that. Nobody noticed that I was there alone. Nobody saw. Nobody gave me weird looks.
I think we're alone now.
That would have been awesome if they just broke out in song. No, nobody. It was fine. It was actually quite enjoyable. The only thing, because you go to a movie and it's not like you're talking to anyone anyways. Like you go there and
it's like a stigma to make it a social experience. But yeah, you're not interacting with someone directly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're sharing an experience with someone, but you're not.
I'd be more worried about going to the bar by myself than I would be the movies, especially after going to the movies now.
I've done that a few times. I've gone to Osgood's and I just, sat up at the bar and had a pint and
you
then
bellied up.
Go.
Yeah.
Bellied up there.
I don't know. I don't know if, I guess I don't really have a brewery next to me, so it would be less weird if I had a place I could frequent as opposed to like going out of my way to go to Founders or something like that. But anyways, yeah, the only drawback was after the movie was done, there was nobody to talk to about it. You know what I mean? Like that literally, that was a big drawback, was like, okay, I watched that and I have thoughts about it, and now I don't have anyone to talk to about it. So that was probably the worst aspect. But other than that, it was quite enjoyable. But I did get that sneaking feeling in the back of my head where I was like, somebody shoots up this movie theater, how would I know? Because this movie's really loud. Would I hear the gunshots? Because we can't not think that anymore. Like, I hate to say it, but it's
unfortunately true.
The circumstances are so random that it could happen anywhere, unfortunately. And I have anxiety to a certain extent, so it's gonna happen anyways. And then I went to the movies by myself, and that was great. Lastly, now this was something I wasn't going to add in, but this happened. This is the show and tell. This was something that my mom brought to me today. She stopped by and she gave me some stuff for my garage, and she pulled this out. And you're not going to know what this is, but you can probably tell what kind of quality we're working with just by looking at it. So what this is a publication.
Drop it like it's hot. Reading that's on fire.
Yes, this is from our old high school, Jason. Central.com, circa spring 2000, which puts me as a freshman.
Gosh, the cover design was by one of my ex-girlfriends.
Oh, I had to kiss her when she played Cinderella but I didn't kiss her because I was nervous. Here's a great thing. So you might recognize some of these people. This won't mean anything to anybody else. However, you'll see me in a sporting camo shirt with writing across it in white. I don't know what it said, but that's a good look. You can see my hair was still pasted down in the front of my face because that's how I wore it for some reason. Very awkward fellow.
Young Lucas.
Now what this is this is a poem book that Mrs. What's her name? Hopkins. Do you remember Mrs. Hopkins?
Yes.
I always thought she was kind of mean. I hate to say she didn't like me. Well, they knew that I wasn't a really good student by that point already. Even though as a freshman, they were like, "You're clearly going to do bad." So, I have 2 poems in this book, Jason. There's one.
Oh, there's one.
And there's the other one.
Oh, yeah.
You know who else has poems in here? I'm not going to read those ones, but Leslie Wireman.
A little less.
So maybe I'll have to post that on Facebook for him. He's a friend of ours. So I'm going to read for you my 2 selections because these are so embarrassing that I couldn't not read them.
Oh, boy.
The first one is called. Actually, I'll leave the first one for last because it's better. So this first one, the other one, is called Fear. And the thing you have to remember about this one is that there was like a fill in the blanks type thing almost. Like we had to use certain words. So I didn't write all of this, but I wrote most of it. You'll get it when I read it. So this one's called Fear. Fear is the color of dark, cloudy night. It is the sound of your heartbeat. And tastes like stale water. It smells like rotting meat. It looks like a shadow. It makes me feel tense. Fear is black with evil. It sounds like footsteps behind you and tastes like a mouthful of gravel. It smells like spoiled milk. Fear looks supernatural. It makes me feel sick to my stomach. Fear is the color of the pale moon above. It sounds like your screams. It tastes like your blood and smells of decay. It looks like your worst nightmare. Fear makes me feel scared to death. Fear is the fine line between running and fighting. I was playing too much Silent Hill or something at that point in my life because that was, what the fuck?
Fear is a pyramid head with a giant sword.
Yeah.
Fear.
I was a deep, let's see, 14-year-old? Yeah, I'd have been 14.
My heart bleeds black, like my blood.
With blood, yes. Which is also ink, and I use it to write these poems.
Dear diary, mood, apathetic.
Don't ask me what stale water means, Matt. I don't know.
Hot dog.
Hot dog flavored water?
Yeah, the muddy whiska and the hot dog flavored water and
Ugh.
the chocolate starfish.
Ugh. So my last one is called The Dog, and this one I wrote every single word of. This one's sad, dude. This one's gonna kick you right in the balls. This is sad. The dog. I looked across the small house. The sky was deep blue, and the grass was a light shade of green. Overgrown weeds plagued the yard. The driveway was empty, and the house was abandoned, broken down like me. Maybe I could stay here a while. I could sleep here. There could be some food in there. But something caught my eye, a stir of movement, a flash of brown, and a weak and quiet bark I heard.
Ooh.
I cleaned my hands on my tattered clothes and wiped my sweating brow with my sleeve. A dog on his leash was attached to the collar that dug into his neck. His fur matted all around his little body. He was underfed and shabby looking. Something we had in common. I walked up to him. He greeted me, a soft whimper, sad eyes. "Hey, little buddy," I exclaimed, hoping he would respond. The dog got up, and I petted him. I shared a can of cold beans with him, my best friend. Thank you.
Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. You gotta do this.
Fucking bands.
There needed to be in the background.
Yeah, I was trying to get a nice little.
Thank
little
you.
rhythmic
Thank
snapping
you.
Going in there.
Thank you. Yeah.
I feel like
I think I had
I've
some
seen-
problems.
That really cut to the core of you. I feel
That
like
was
I've learned.
14-year-old. All I can say, listen, I have an excuse. My father passed away that same year, so if I was going to be depressed, it would have been that year. So
That's true.
obviously, I was crying out for help through poetry. And did anyone help me? No. I went through it alone, Jason.
Sorry, dude.
Well, it shaped me. It's who I am today.
It made me.
I bleed poetry. So there you go. Thank my mom for either something ridiculously wonderful or horrible. And I mean, it's poetry, so let's face it. Like, I hate poetry. I had to do those. I mean, I took it because it was an easy elective. So creative writing. Everybody takes creative writing. Come on.
It's true.
That and statistics. It's like, what's the easiest writing and math class I can find? Statistics and creative writing.
That works.
You thought I was older than you? No, I'm a youngin'. All my friends are older than me, so well, I don't know what that says. Even my wife's older than me. Even my dog's older than me.
Count the rings on my forehead, and that's how you can tell how old I am.
Do I have to cut you open first, though?
No.
Oh, okay, good. So that's my IRL. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
I did. Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. I knew it was coming. Oh boy.
Well, we're gonna probably get the game night going, but while we get that started up, I for those of you that follow us on Twitter, I shared the pictures. We ended up buying the said vehicle that we test drove, a 2013 Chevy Equinox, which has been a lovely upgrade over the Jeep. So we've been enjoying that, and it's so nice to ride all in one vehicle comfortably. Like, my wife doesn't have to sit in the back seat anymore.
Yeah, that's got to be great.
Yeah, this adequately fits a car seat, so that's nice. And again, yes, I'm mucus. I'm fighting the sinus stuff. So
that's you. That's your allergies coming through. Is that what I'm to understand?
No, I think it's due because we had weird temperature fluctuations here in Michigan where it got really warm and cold, and so. Or I could have caught whatever Aiden had. I don't think he had a cold. He might have had a cold. I don't know. But either way, I just got, like that sinus drainage feeling and then congestion. And
that's the worst part. That's always the thing that makes me know I'm going to get sick is like when I have the nasal drip, I'm like, oh God, it's happening. It's happening.
I OD'd on Sudafed, so that was nice.
Yeah, boy. Did you have do you remember the commercial where the cartoon character is walking and its head is a balloon floating above its body as it walks around? Because I imagine that's probably what you felt like. Yeah.
And I want to add that just quick talking about, we talked about the beer talk. Jess mailed it out for me. And when she was there, she's like, so she asked questions to the guys at we have this store called Pack Mail that does UPS pickup. And she's like, so is it illegal to ship liquid? I just my husband's been getting all this weird information. Is it illegal to ship liquid through the postal service? And he's like, because when they kept giving her prices, they kept trying to push her to do USPS. She's like, no, I want to ship a UPS. And he's like, no, it's not. And he's like, it's not dangerous, is it? She's like, no. She's like, and then she kept asking him. He's like, well, it's not dangerous, right? And she's like, no. And then just got really awkward. He's like, we'll just pretend we didn't have this conversation.
Oh God.
It's like really weird about it. So, because I don't remember, because she said it was liquid. I don't know what specific commodity she told them, but I saw Kevin's receipt today, and he's like, it says video games.
So nice.
He's like, they asked me what it was, and I just panicked and froze up.
Video games. What? Shut up. I had my story. I was like, I told them, or I knew I was going to tell them that it was barbecue sauce, homemade barbecue sauce.
Well, there you go. Callow, I want to put out, Callow said, new car, question mark, money rolling in on the Lacey. It's like, oh no, dude, I'm just taking everyone. I just stole all the Patreon money. This whole time I said it was going to be for the podcast. I just took it to make
that's where that went? I knew I wasn't seeing any of those fat profits.
Jason said he's been paying like our monthly expenses all this time.
Why is Squarespace constantly getting a hold of me and telling me that we need to pay up for this month's rent?
All right, so as we are testing this as a monthly format, we're gonna be doing some gaming. We've voted out to you guys. You picked NBA Jam, NHL 94, and Super Mario Kart, so that's what we're gonna play. And you know, the main goal, yes, this is probably gonna hopefully not make our podcast any worse than it already is, but you know, we hope to actually talk a little bit about the games we're playing too, because the whole point is to make this still a podcast. You know, we don't want to totally neglect you audio listeners, and we do encourage you guys, if you've never came out to a live show, come out, hang out with us in the chat, or you know, catch the video on demand.
Wait, are you saying they should stay a while and listen?
Yes,
I think you might be first player, dude. Try pressing a button.
I got, oh wait, let me get back in there.
Because I'm pressing buttons and nothing's happening.
I got nothing.
I don't have anything either.
Just restart the emulator, maybe. Funny you mentioned that about Deckard Cain, because there's a rumor that Diablo 3 is going to get ported to the Switch. And
What
I'd be
is?
okay with that? Diablo 3, maybe.
To the Switch, you think?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Yep. I'd be okay with that, because I haven't played, I didn't play a whole lot of Diablo 3 on PC.
No, well, I mean, they fixed it, I guess, but we moved on by the time that happened.
And I never played any expansions. Yeah, I can't do anything here.
Yeah, I can't do anything. Man, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this should be working. Even my input for to put it into the program is working. Oh, that's stupid. Why is that happening? But for some reason, it's like the game doesn't want to recognize that I'm pressing buttons, which is stupid and dumb.
Well, let's skip NHL and see. Well, I guess it shouldn't be the emulator, but
no, I don't think
know.
so. But I'm gonna restart it on your Spakethin the Namethin. Jason, go play Pikmin 3. No. See, sorry. Somebody said, I'm pretty sure we picked Killer Instinct. That we called for people to vote some more, and that got pushed down. So go check the results for yourself. Brooch. There we go.
Hey, hi, David. Nice to see you. So
we're doing best of 3. We're gonna do the shortest minutes. Penalties, line changes. There we go. Regular season.
There you
That's
go.
what we want. And I'll let you be home, Jason. Who do you want?
Oh, look at that. So we're playing the classic NHL 94 for
EA Sports.
It's for Nintendo.
It's in the game.
When's the last time you heard that? EA Sports. It's in the game. I'll pick my team.
I don't remember when they last when they stopped doing it, so I can't really accurately answer that question.
You son of a bitch. That's dodging the question. I was supposed to be the Hartford Whalers last time, so let's go with that. I'm gonna go with them. Who do you want to be?
I will be.
I think you went New Jersey last time.
Yeah, maybe the Islanders. Maybe New York Islanders.
New York Islanders. All right. Well, we don't have to be the same teams for each game, so. As you.
Rod Bar, EA Sports. Welcome to a sold out blah 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 jibba jabba.
Nobody cares. And the important thing to know is that we have played this once to test it, and I don't really remember the controls anyway. So.
No.
Oh, I'm blue. That's all I know.
Do us a favor, guys. Let us know if the stream starts dying, because that's what happened last time.
Oh my God. I pulled my goalie. So, one thing I wanted to talk about before we talked about the game in general is, what is your experience with hockey just in general? Like
with hockey? Okay. Well, you know, I started I remember watching.
Shit, my guy got laid out.
Let's see. When it came to Fox, honestly, When Fox did the glowing puck type thing, which
Oh God, nobody liked that from what I
oh,
understand. X's
no,
flip dump.
I don't know. I think I'm dumping it instead of shooting. Because the players, I think they claimed that it added weight to the puck,
I
which
could see that. I mean, if you're a professional, I would take their word for it over anybody
yeah.
else's.
Oh, I just got. Oh, you got penalty. So that's when I remember like watching it, like first getting into it. And oddly enough, I remember watching like both Red Wings like championship runs. Those when we won in the 90s, the back to back.
96 and 97, wasn't it?
You know, I'm gonna sound like a horrible fan, but I don't quite remember. So
Well, I mean, you were probably what, like
I was young,
14.
and I was big on it. I like really enjoyed it, but then for whatever reason, I kind of just fell off after that. Oh, look at that slapper. And I got away from the sport and never like thought to get back into it.
Holy shit, dude! Run over my goalie more.
Hey,
You guys saw that interference. 26. Get the hell out of here, boy.
Patrick Flatley doesn't do anything like that.
He's a good guy. I've known him all his life.
And then it wasn't until I started dating my wife Jessica, because she was interested in hockey. That's what actually got me back into it. And we watched Red Wings games, and we'd gone to Red Wings games, and then I was like, oh, I don't know why I ever stopped watching. And then I got back into the sport, and I mean, I haven't paid attention this season because it's just there hasn't been a point because our team is, you can't be mediocre in the first round of the playoffs for. Oh!
What the hell? What just happened? Something's going on. Not to be that guy, but something's going on with my controller.
I got a shorty. That's what happened.
You know what?
You know.
Keep going. I need to turn on that. I need to allow the diagonals. That's what's going on. It stops every.
That's what's going on.
Well, you gave me the shitty. Oh wait, no, that isn't what's going on. Every time I try to do a diagonal, my character stops.
Hey guys.
Hey guys! No, I'm serious. Watch this. I'm trying to go diagonal down, and he's not moving. Are you using the joystick?
Yeah.
I'm using the D-pad. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, because the Super Nintendo had a D-pad, had an analog stick. So.
It did? What the hell are you talking about?
It's a joke, brah.
So you're using the D-pad?
No, I'm using the analog stick.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's the problem. I'm gonna do the analog stick real quick. Up, left, down, right. Okay. See if that
better
helps.
Fix it.
If it doesn't, then I get to win.
So the Red Wings are finally in rebuilding, and you can't have as much success and then be as mediocre and have a crappy GM for as long as they've had and not need it. So, but that's me. What about you, Lucas?
Yes, that did fix it, by the way. For me, like, honestly, I got into it because I was hanging around with you, and you had been talking about the Red Wings shortly before we started doing the podcast. Honestly, we did the Griffin stuff, but I've never really been a sports guy, honestly. So I've always been kind of, that's kind of changed a little bit as I've gotten older, but there's something about hockey that appealed to me for some reason. I don't know if it's just the fast pace of the sport or what, but I never really sat down. Like, it wasn't in my family or anything. Nobody ever really sat down and watched hockey. The only person I know who did was Greg's dad, our friend.
Oh, really? Okay.
And come on!
Oh, you just laid that guy out.
Yeah, I did, because that's what I do, bro. 5-hole that shit. Anyways, so I never really knew anybody who liked hockey. It was kind of like, I don't know, which is weird to say this because we were doing so well in Detroit at the time. But when I was younger, it was kind of the sport that nobody watched, really. I mean, that's kind of the case. It's not the most popular sport, I mean.
Right.
So it never really came up in my life that I remember. The only sports I remember really talking about, or not following myself, but in the household, was NASCAR and basketball, because my brother was into basketball, and then football.
Did you ever play any like hockey video games at all? Like I played Blades of Steel, and then I actually never played ice hockey for the NES, but I played Blades of Steel, and I played Mutant League Hockey.
Who was that to?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was a good pass. But I don't know. I think that kind of initially got me interested because like we didn't have we grew up in a small area, so it's not like we had hockey wasn't a sport here. We didn't have youth hockey at all. They did like at Crystal, you could play lake hockey. They had hockey on I think you could play on the lake in the winter. I think they did like youth leagues.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But we didn't have like here where we grew up. We didn't have any like ice arenas or anything like that. So it's not like we could, do anything like that.
Look at these fucks down here, just like, oh, we're playing defensively on the power play. What an idiot! What the? The passing in this leaves much to be desired.
Yeah, it's still a fun game though.
Hell yeah, it is.
What else do we have here? Some other topics for the game, I thought.
Oh, well, yeah, I should just finish with saying, like, once we started going to the Griffins games, and obviously we've talked about our storied history with the NHL games on the Xbox. Hell, I went so far as to buy some stuff and try playing myself, which didn't really go very well, but I wasn't bad. It's just nobody to play with.
I've always wanted to, but time, money,
price of entry is huge. You can't just go out to a field and play. You have to like get a bunch of people, rent ice time unless it's the winter, that type of thing. So it's never been a very inclusive sport. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
But anyway, whoops.
Oh no!
Oh, come on! Come on now. Oh.
Oh gosh.
I don't understand how to how I'm supposed to.
My goalie's a madman. Playing lights out.
Oh shit.
Oh!
What a save. You got robbed, son. Oh, and again, that was a good defensive play.
Oh, if I could have gotten that pass, though. That guy's wide open for one.
Go. Negates the icing. Around the world. Oh, shit. I didn't. All my guys backed off the ice. They probably went for a change. What assholes.
Oh, nice.
You don't need energy.
Nice hit at the line.
Get it up. Get it up. There we go. That's what she said overnight. Why did I sound like Rodney Dangerfield? Whoa, what am I talking about here? Come on. Let's play some hockey, boys. Come on.
Oh, gosh.
I got to get that big slapper in there. Bah! That's what she said. Well, here's a question that Oh, shit. Penalty. Come on.
On me, though.
Here's a question that I had, and people who are watching and interacting with us can talk about it as well. But why do you think, just in general, why do you think sports games exist? Because a lot of people are always like, especially people who don't like sports and are gamers, are always like, why do I need a game for something that I can just go and do? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't kill dragons.
There's a lot of us that can't go and do that.
That's true.
So it gives us a way to live out those ideas and fantasies and,
Sexual or otherwise.
I'm never going to play hockey in the NHL.
Oh my gosh, Islanders win. Yeah, see, well, and that's the case with, we were just talking about it. That's the case with the hockey in general, is that there's such a price to entry to be able to play.
Yeah.
I'm going to be, was I home last time?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I wasn't.
Oh, okay, I'll be home this time. I'm going to go with Edmonton Oilers. There's such a price to entry for something like this, or racing, for instance. But, baseball and football, I think even that, it's hard.
I can't change the team, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Pick who you want, or tell me who you want.
Tell
me who you want, who you really, really want.
I want to be the Jets. Jets. Jets.
Benny and Jason and the Jets.
And I think it gives people like it gives you a way to like you can do these matchups and things like that you never see in reality. So it gives you like cool little things like that.
That's a good point too, because I think there are a lot of armchair coaches and stuff like that who are like, I could run this team better, and so okay, prove it. I mean, I know it's not a perfect example or anything, but it's a pretty damn good one as far as, computers have always been great at running statistics and shit like that. So go ahead. See if, you can make the ultimate trades and all that shit and play your fantasy game. Oh, come on. You got to stay on the sides there. Bah! Yeah,
I'd agree there. I don't know. I'm never I didn't grow up being a big sports fan. Like I always watched football, and I didn't kind of watch hockey, but basketball we'll talk a little more later on when we get to that appropriate game. But
fuck, I just hit your goalie. Oh no.
But I don't know. I played, I wasn't never super athletic, but I mean I played sports and growing up and in high school and things like that. And
what a meathead.
I don't know. I didn't do a lot of.
That's not good.
I don't know. I didn't think sports games would be something I'd be big into, but it was fun. They were just fun to play, and especially it was one of the first games where you could literally play head to head against a friend or cooperatively, and it worked.
I think X is the penalty button. Just press it one time and see, just look at what it looks like. Seriously, it looks like the hooking button. Oh! Dumped! Leg kick, or kick save. What is happening right now?
Oh, no, I missed the puck.
Mr. What are you doing?
Glad to see you in the chat. You're in for a crapshoot of an experience.
Crapshoot of is what my players are.
So I won the first game 1-0. We are in period 1 of the next matchup.
Nice dump.
Oh yeah. Oh, man, this guy's so slow. So we're in the second matchup, 0-0 first period. I am the Winnipeg Jets. Lucas is the Edmonton Oilers, representing Sean Capri.
Oh, that's right. Let's go out there and play some hockey, boys.
Hey, dear.
Hey there. Hey, guys, you have to be extra nice to me because my mom came to the game for once. So let's try and go out there and score some goals, eh? Oh, to the skates. Come on now. I knocked him over.
Josh, that's just bad scheduling, man. You gotta leave your whole night open for Fluxtaposed, and then you don't have to worry about trying to cram in bored with video games.
You can leave more than your night open for us, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of other hockey games I've played besides NHL. I played Blades of Steel, Mutant League hockey, the NHL series. What was the Wayne Gretzky? There was a Wayne Gretzky hockey in 64.
I think there was only one game, but you also had the NHLPA Players Association game or whatever too. I think that was before this one.
Oh, yeah, you might be right on that.
Well, and I always remember sports as being the games that have those weird yellow tabs on the side, and they always had for Genesis anyway.
Oh gosh, yes.
And it's like, what is that for? What is that? I don't understand.
Yeah, they always had that weird on there. Yeah, and weren't they always they were shaped? They were shaped much different than the Genesis.
They were taller. Genesis. Yeah, they were much taller for sure. I wish I knew how to.
Had to have all that processing power in there.
I wish I knew how to do something other than shoot it directly into the goalie, who you just played the puck outside of the allowed area. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you know what I'm talking about.
I didn't see it happen, so. Does the Y button do anything when you're?
I feel like there should be a spin.
Oh, get in there! Come on! You had all day, you dumb.
You just killed that guy down there.
Yeah, but then he laid his big fat body on the puck. Pretty sure I saw a hand pass in there somewhere. If I was the
Pretty sure
Red
that-
Wings,
I thought there was a way you could do a spinorama in this game.
you think it was that advanced?
I'm pretty sure there was. I mean, I remember like the one-timers came in, and that was a big deal because I played this.
What was
Me
my
and a friend would play
Oh.
this, and we could be on the same team, and we just go around and set up for one-timers. and
Oh,
do
come
all
on! I
kinds
was
of
pressing B.
cool stuff. Look at that Patrick Walk. Oh gosh, killed me.
Get it deep.
But-
Get it deep. Oh! Oh, come on! I have all the right plays. I have all the right moves.
Uh-oh, you got a breakaway.
See, I don't know how to do any. I mean, that was on. Oh shit! And I go off
You don't-
out of the
You don't know how
zone
to do anything but rock up to the goalie and pass.
and press B and lightly just shoot it into his blocker or his glove.
Yeah.
Yes, Sean, I'm representing for you.
Why is it this game that is so like everyone when they think of like the ultimate like hockey game
experience? Yeah.
NHL. It's always 94. Like, what is it about NHL 94?
Well, I was actually reading, because I was trying to figure out what one was the best version for us to play, and I had read that they actually, whoa, Jesus, I'm getting held, come on. Where's the call, ref? I had read that after this game, they changed the engine, did EA Sports, and a lot of people didn't like the changes. So this one kind of, like, it changed the way you move on the ice, the way the puck is shot, and everything. So a lot of people were not happy with that. That change.
Oh, you just.
Oh,
really? Okay.
Oh, come on, gotta get that clean. Yeah, so I mean, I can't speak to that personally, but I can understand as somebody who's played the newer games. You know, every time they promised a new goalie thing, it just never seemed like it actually did anything. So it was like, well, why? What's this? How's this any different than the last one? At least I was used to that. So. What are you doing? You got to enter the zone, man.
Sean mentions that we haven't commented that they have offside spelt with a hyphen.
I didn't even notice.
Instead of just offside, you know?
Yeah, I guess I don't. Well, I mean, you don't really see it spelled out that often. So.
I think for time's sake, we might have to just play 2 rounds of NHL.
Says the guy who's winning.
Well,
if you would stop freaking hooking me all the time.
okay.
That's all right. Well, we'll just call this. We'll
I
call it a
just wanna
wash.
I'm sorry I want to bring variety to this podcast.
So am I.
Just play NHL all night.
This is the NHL podcast brought to you by. Oh my
AKA
god!
Jason wins. Boom!
Did you see how everyone? Did you see how he distracted me by talking about how we're not playing another one, and then he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna score."
I guess
everyone."
I'm just gonna win, and then I don't have.
Yeah,
to
then we don't have to play another one. Yeah, why don't you just win?
QQ, get good.
I refuse. Hey, we're going to go back in the locker room. We're going to talk about, all right, boys, there's plenty of time left. Let's go out there and get some good goals. Come on, let's get some good looks.
If you really want to get beat down, we can play Super Blood Hockey, and or Blades of Steel. I think I'm undefeated against you in Blades of Steel.
Helps if you realize you have the puck after the change in perspective here.
I like how that guy was just way off sides for no apparent reason.
Okay, I can confirm that Y on the Xbox controller does absolutely nothing. Get out of there, mate!
That button makes that guy get fall down, go boom.
That button kills that guy, like straight up murders.
I think you have a poke check.
X. Well, that didn't do anything. I have a B button that wrecks you. Get out of my... Oh! I'm turning into the real Dead Wings and frickin' trying to get cute. Oh, okay. Well, that... At least I didn't go directly into the... Get up. Uh-oh, who's it on? You. Ha ha ha! All right, okay. I gotta get a goal here, guys. Come on.
Nope, I got the killer power prey, bruh.
Power play. No way, dude. Well,
Look at this. Look at that, clearing the puck.
going back to just hockey in general, I I was actually kind of surprised when Mike was interested in the old hockey game because, one, I didn't think he was interested in that type of sport, but he had actually said something interesting to me one time because we were talking about basketball, and we'll get into that a little bit later when we play NBA Jam. But the thing about hockey that's cool is that they actually make scoring an event. You know, you'll have games that really run up the scoreboard, but then you'll also have games.
Stream is dying again.
Why is
I'm being told.
It's not on my end, so it must be on YouTube's end. We're just so awesome that it can't handle it. Literally, I don't have any drop frames or anything, so.
Huh. Interesting. I can't look at the preview because my my mouse is locked into your parsec and doesn't think I am doing.
Maybe it'll. I mean, it says I'm streaming at normal speed.
What's your
so.
how's your stream health? Can you see that on YouTube?
I don't. I'm not in YouTube because I'm trying to not like use that much data or download.
Yeah, it must have been temporary because it looks good. It looks good for me.
Yeah, just because one person complains. Fix your internet, Josh. Gosh. Josh. Josh, be gosh. Did I really just get another penalty?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a.
There's a 15 seconds left on third. So God.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. I picked the worst teams.
Well, I can't help it. You're gonna lose again.
Well, we're gonna go on a break after this and do some. We'll pick an OC remix, I think, and then we'll be ready to actually. Oh, come on! Just let it go through. So we'll put this on pause. Yes, you won both games. You're the big fracking winner.
Two shutouts in a row, brah.
Yeah. So we'll have this set up for the next game by the time, and then hopefully that'll save. Some time.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
NHL,
So
that's
yeah.
fun. It's not, I tell you what, I like NHL 94, 95, 96, but Blades of Steel is still my favorite hockey game. I'm sorry, I love Blades of Steel. I don't know why.
Well, and we'll also talk about a little bit about that when we talk about NBA Jam 2, because I want to talk about the difference between a simulation sports game and an arcade sports game. So that's a little teaser for all you folks coming back from all San Max. Should we?
Yeah, let me get back control of my computer.
Oh, that's right. I forget about that part.
I can't minimize it either. I can't minimize
All right, well, I'll do it then. I'm spinning the wheel. We're going to pick an OC remix, and we're going to play it, and I'm going to do everything from now on. This is my show. I take control, brother.
As long as I still get paid.
You can still get laid. Oh, we already played that one. Cody. Dude, did you have to fart, you stinky asshole?
Spin the remix, spin the remix.
Spin the remix. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog, the ultimate absolution.
Sonic the Hedgehog, he's a funny hedgehog.
Gotta go faster, faster.
Where the heck is that one? I don't even see
It's number 11, brah. Get on my level, brah. Also, brah.
Oh, Absolution. Got it. Cool. All right, so as Lucas found it, we are playing a remix from Sonic the Hedgehog. It's called The Ultimate Ab Solutions by Ivan Hoxstuk and Finbeard. Comes from Sonic the Hedgehog, released by Sega and...
Sega!
Wow, this is in the version of that. It's released by Sega in 2006 on the Xbox 360. This features a remix of the song Dreams of an Absolution. It's the theme of the Silver Hedgehog. The theme of Silver the Hedgehog. Shows what I know about
What
Sonic
color is
games.
he? Yeah, it does. Come on.
Purple. So, yeah, we're going to play this remix and take a little break. And as always, you can find this remix and so much more, many more, ocremix.org.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey. what you dream. All your travels, are they all what they seem? Look around you, then you may realize all the preachers are with their lies. And I might know of a future, but you still control the past. Only you know if you'll be together. Only you know if we shall last. Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. Come party down. Drinking my cup. We're doing shots. Up in the club. Roof is on fire. Let's raise it up. In the nightlight, do you still feel your pain? For all the valor you rated never came. If you were able, would you go change the past? To mend the faux pas with one last chance? And I might know of a future, but you still control the past. Only you know if you'll be together. 'Cause every night I will save your life, and every night I will be with you, and every night I still lie awake and I dream of an absolution. 'Cause every night I will make it right, and every night I will come to you, and every night it just stays the same, and I dream of an absolution. In the nightlight, do you see what you dream? All your triumph and all you'll ever be. Look around you, then you may realize happiness lies trapped in misery. And who knows what of our future? We can all try to change the past. Only you know if you'll be together. 'Cause every night I will save your life, and every night I will be with you. 'Cause every night I still lay awake and I dream of an absolution. 'Cause every night I will make it right, and every night I will come to you, but every night it just stays the same.
Woo! So there you go. That's quite the tune. At first for us here, we decided to stop the remix a little early because that was 6 minutes, and
Yeah, I looked up and I'm like, that's 6 minutes long. We're not listening to this whole thing.
Cal just got called a weebo by his wife because of that. So,
She better be your waifu then.
right? So we are continuing the gaming session, playing another classic of the Super Nintendo, Mario Kart.
You can probably tell what it is because the music is very iconic. Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So
Don't
funny
you
thing,
do
you
it.
know, it's funny that we're
Okay.
playing a Super Nintendo because I didn't own the Super Nintendo, so I didn't have regular access to this game. I'm gonna go Luigi. I'm gonna honor Skinny Matt. with
Well, that's
Luigi
because
action.
your baby is Baby Ouija. What Baby Ouija. What
let's do Mushroom
cup?
Cup.
Mushroom cup.
I didn't have this game, but my cousins did. So every time I go over there, we'd play it.
I figured we'd do a cup, and that'll be the extent of this game. What button? A? Yes.
Not that button.
Not that button.
Oh God.
Oh, this is probably gonna be hard. Well, it can't be much harder than Duke. I mean, NHL, because I would imagine that's which
I
button.
gotta remember how to. I gotta remember how to play this game.
Hey!
Oh, God.
Did you want to hear a podcast where all we say is, I got to remember which button over and over and over?
I think my accelerator button broken.
I think
yeah,
my
I
accelerator
used-
button.
I used to play this at my cousin's, and it was fun. I had a lot of fun with the game, but what I've discovered, especially
Fudge.
about this version of Mario Kart, really quickly, is I don't remember how to play it at all.
It's there's definitely a
I oversteer like crazy. with what I'm
yeah.
doing right
Well,
now.
because you know, there's no. Oh my god, who's laying these mother effing fireballs?
That would be Bowser.
Of course, he's probably farting. Anyways, there's no physics here, right? It's just a trick of the eye. So, the game is rotating the map on your sprite. So, I mean, it doesn't make for the best racing experience, but it works though for sure. Like, I love this game. I used to play it kind of like you. I never had access to a Super Nintendo either. So what I actually ended up doing was shit. Somebody was already done. I got in fourth. I'm above the line at least. I would play it at my friend's house who lived kitty corner to me. My friend Jill. She had a Super Nintendo, and we'd play it. Of course, again, too young to really play it, so I think we did a lot of battle mode, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, battle mode was always fun back then. And I just love, it's funny, like every music, every soundtrack, and like every course track in this game is like iconic to me. I just remember all of it so well, and just
It helps
that-
they've been
that
remixed
intro
so many
music.
times.
Yeah, this track is in like every version of Mario Kart. So
My drifts got too real.
you're Tokyo drifting.
I am Tokyo. I was Hachirokuing.
Donut planes? Is that?
I believe so, yes. Now, see, I pick... Who's your favorite... Okay, who's your favorite racer? Just out of anybody ever that's been in
Like in every Mario Kart game, or
Yeah, sure, why not?
this?
I would say in this, but we haven't played it in years, so I don't know. I mean, I get... How about both? Boom. You get everybody there.
I used Yoshi a lot growing up on this game.
I always heard he was the
Yoshi-
fastest.
That's what everyone says, but oh gosh, that was a Star Trek.
That was a weird
I don't
chill.
know who my favorite. Like I use like a combination of racers in the current version of Mario Kart. I like
Well, it's
the
'cause
new racers a lot.
They've really watered them down since the original.
I like Shy Guy a lot, but I always like Toad. I use Koopa a lot too. I like being able to play as like racist characters that you couldn't ever play as in the normal game.
Did you say racist characters? I seriously thought that's what you said.
Oh
Man,
no,
the
that,
judicious use of brakes is recommended on this track. I swear, somebody
I don't even
greased
know
up
what
my
the braking
wheels.
button is.
I just stop accelerating. That's my brake. I lay off the gas a little bit. I would say, see, like, I always pick Toadstool because I always thought he had the best handling. But this track is really making me rethink that because this is sucky. Hey, I got first! Woo!
I keep power sliding out into the.
I had that
off-road section
problem
much, and
too.
I get stuck on the barricade wall, and it really hosed me.
Yes,
track.
I did have that happen a couple times. Can I just say something? If
Yeah.
you ain't first, you're last, boy.
I will say, like, the first time I played this in quite a long time was when we were all over at we were trying to do like a 3-player gamer catch up. I was over at your place with
Yeah,
Mike,
we
and
forgot.
tried to play this and
We forgot this is
realized-
only a 2-player game.
Yeah, and then we realized really quickly that it's very hard to play.
So this is probably going to be the worst. I dread this course because we're playing... What is this? The mansion? Bowser's Haunted Mansion? I don't know if it's Bowser's. The deed is lost to time, but you can fall off the sides of this one pretty easily, especially if somebody spins you out or you're in the middle of a turn and you hit a banana or some shit like that.
Yep.
Ah, speaking of which... No! Ah, no, I'm minified. You did it, you son of a bitch. I can tell because
Well,
you're still big.
I was way in last place.
Well, I can say
Ow.
one good thing about this game. They don't have blue shells. Get away from me! I saw you. I saw you creeping.
Am I
There
going?
are
Okay.
no blue shells. but it does give you like. It's interesting how the computer always gets like a special power up, but you're not able to get like your character's unique power up.
Nowadays they call that CPU catch-up.
Right. There's a couple times where the emulator lags, and it's conveniently always been when I'm on a turn.
Yeah. See, we're playing not skill based, but reaction based games. So in this, I would imagine it's quite bad.
Yeah,
man.
That's why when we're like, why did Jason just randomly crash into that wall?
That dude can't drive. Fucking Donkey Kong getting all up in my balls, dude. He's so stupid. Worst in every single game. Donkey Kong. If you pick Donkey Kong, you suck. I'm just saying.
I don't know if the coins. I don't know if the coins do anything in this. Do they? Like modern Mario Karts, you get more coins you have, you get a little more top speed. Now in this, I think all they really do is like in case you go off the track, you need coins to like
and you still do. You still get picked up, but it takes longer or something, I think.
Well, you're definitely the Mario Kart champion of the podcast because I am.
Well,
I'm doing terrible.
It'd only be fair if we're in the same room and we're not. So I will take the easy win, but we'll put an asterisk on my trophy. Plus, I'm still not in first place, so.
To be fair, I don't think I ever played as Luigi.
I'm not gonna be fair, ever.
Oh wow.
So this is Bowser's Castle. This is the one that has all the hot lava.
Yeah, I'm just constantly like oversteering and then ricocheting off walls.
Well, the good news is we won't have to play this again for a long time.
I thought this was going to be really good, but man, this is not good because like one of the things I'm really looking forward to on the Switch online service is they keep talking about how we're going to have classic virtual console games.
Yeah.
But there's then the rumors of like online functionality, and for some reason I've always thought like I really want to play this with online play.
Sure.
But this is showing me that I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Well, I mean, it's got to be there. I mean, it's an old game, so you don't have like I guess you would say cushion, for lack of a better term, that you would probably have with newer titles where it more worries about your ability to drive on the track and then kind of approximates everybody else's. And it's close enough that it doesn't really affect the gameplay. Whereas here, it's probably a one-to-one deal. And one thing I've noticed definitely is that you get as soon as you get caught up in the pack, you're like, it's hard to catch up. Because then you're constantly getting hit by, apparently, Bowser's ass fireballs. I noticed that when I was getting scared. Donkey Kong again. My God.
The game keeps giving me mushrooms for power up, and that is an absolutely worthless power up on this course.
On pretty much all of them, I feel like. I think I've obtained first place in this big old belch.
I'm presently ranked out.
I think we were supposed to be talking about something else. Oh, sorry. That probably makes it hard.
There's a good.
That was me, because I clicked off the window. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Two things.
Mode 7.
Yeah, mode 7. That'll get you every time, man. There's 4 rounds or 5?
4. That was it.
Okay. Two things real quick. What's your favorite Mario Kart?
Double Dash. I really enjoy Mario Kart 8. It is the best Mario Kart game, but Double Dash is still my favorite.
Oh no, there's one more.
Oh wow!
I thought there was one more. Final.
Playing that with you guys back in the day on GameCube.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I really liked Double Dash and bringing the blue or the purple sparks, if I remember correctly, right?
Blue sparks.
Blue? Oh, I had it right. Always go with your gut. If you don't go with your gut, then you're always hungry. I don't know. And then, why do you think that this in particular? This Mario Kart as a series, what would you say is the reason that it's more popular than well, I guess subjectively, I can't really give you numbers or anything, but let's just say it's true. Why is it more popular than something like Sonic Racing or even like Diddy Kong? Because Diddy Kong was pretty good.
I like Diddy Kong Racing a lot. That's a good question though. I do, because I really enjoyed Diddy Kong Racing. Dang, getting wrecked. just get nailed by items. It's the appeal of the Mario franchise. I mean, Mario is just a better franchise than Sonic.
That's what. Well, and that's what I wonder too. Is like,
At least in its supporting cast. You know, Sonic.
Yeah.
You have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Nobody cares about.
fuck, you bastard.
Hey, you're lapping me. So.
Oh, that's true. I didn't notice that. Sorry.
Nobody cares about. Oh my gosh, I just got stuck.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna park there.
Wait, you can hop. You can hop.
Oh, can I jump?
Oh, you can't. You need a feather. Damn.
So I just lost a whole bunch of progress. So I think that's the big thing. The Sonic characters aren't nearly as marketable as Mario, and I think the game isn't as good. Mario Kart was always like the best game. Like I enjoy Crash Team Racing. I think that's a good kart racer.
Yeah, that's true too. And that was 3D. So
It's
you
really gonna
think
make me finish.
couple a little bit more difficult to do than Mario Kart being 2D. But do you think that because this is the only 2D Mario Kart, right? It kind of made the jump.
There's the games on like the Game Boy. There's like
Oh God,
Game
I
Boy
couldn't even
Advance.
imagine.
Game Boy Advance has a Mario Kart. Oh gosh, it's making me finish the race.
Well, you got last lap, so
Game Boy Advance has a Mario Kart. I think the SP maybe had a Mario Kart version.
okay. But obviously, probably just reiterations of this version, I would think, and updates a little bit. Not like what you would see today, where they would probably just
Yeah,
remake it. For
I
the
like
console.
Double Dash because you can have like I like how you could have two players control the one cart and like
That was cool.
one person would just do the racing, the other person would do the items. But it was total cheat mode when it came to drifting because all you had to do was start a drift and the other person would just smash the analog stick back and forth a couple times.
Oh yeah,
sparks.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, give me that big fish.
I should not have been Luigi. All right, I just
No.
No.
We'll have
like
to.
I said, the past couple times I played this game, like I always really liked this game, but like when I've played it now, I find that I'm just like I feel like I'm just sliding across the track and I'm constantly like correcting and overcorrecting my steering.
Ugh, sounds like excuses to me. No, just kidding. Can I ask you what the hell?
Yeah.
What is coming out of that bottle?
The beanstalk that they always have in Mario Kart. I don't know why it's coming out of that specifically, but
That's disgusting.
Yep.
Yeah. In closing, I would agree. Like, I guess I mean I hate to say it, but I think it is the roster of characters. Obviously, now it's also a good racer, and this was like, I don't want to say the first of its kind because I think this was supposed to be a different game, and then they said, "Oh, we should probably put Nintendo characters in it."
Yes. Yep. Originally, I remember I read about it. It was a different game, and then they put Mario characters into it because they would be more recognizable from the back.
Well, they weren't wrong.
And then it was originally, I think, they wanted to make F-Zero like, if I remember right, and I'm probably heavily paraphrasing here, but they wanted to do like a multiplayer version of F-Zero. But something about with like the mode 7 or something like that, it was too slow. And they didn't think it worked just right.
To have two of them at the same time, like a split
so
screen.
they made it like a kart racer instead.
Well, I heard it only came out in Japan, but I think there was a second racer, F-Zero, that did have 2-player, but it was never released in America. So take it as you will. But I do believe that means that we can move on into what you're playing.
Oh,
Let's see what we got. Da-da-da-da. Oh God, more. You get one more. It happens every time. Horrible. 2 for 1. That's a good deal. Bringing you great deals and steals.
well, I didn't play any games this past week. I had zero chance to. I just watched movies. So, one we both watched, Victoria. Now, the whole reason that we watched this, Jess saw on some social media feed or some article, somebody was like, this new horror movie on Netflix is the scariest movie you've ever seen. People aren't finishing it. People are posting reaction videos, all this crap. So we're like, oh, We gotta watch this.
I'm glad I didn't see it. 'Cause I saw an article too, but I saw that people were confused because it's based on true story, and people were like, "Did this really happen?" So that's why I watched it. Article, but different. At least they didn't like say it's the scariest thing I've ever heard.
Scary thing. People can't even finish it. They're so scared.
Lame.
Spanish film, so it is subtitled, and I don't think I recall one moment in this film at all that was scary whatsoever, at all.
Let's just go spoilers because I can't really talk about this movie without spoiling it because I'm the same, or at least light spoilers. So Veronica, when I first started watching it, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I kind of am digging the vibe of it, but the longer it went, the more or the less scary it got. Because
I don't want to talk in depth about it by any means. It wasn't scary at all. It was a good possession film. You know, I like what it did there. I thought the lead young actress that played Victoria was a good actor. I think.
Yeah.
But
they made some questionable director's choices. Like, just sometimes I felt like it wasn't supposed to be taken as scary because there was like music playing that wasn't really that scary, or something of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was just a really meh film to me, and I just can't believe people are like actually scared about this and can't finish it because it wasn't. There weren't even jump scares.
No, and that's like the cheap way of getting scares if you can't write anything scary. I think of it more as like Pan's Labyrinth now after having watched it. Like, that movie isn't really that scary, but it is creepy in the sense that like you see some weird ass monsters, and they make the cardinal sin of like, if you only have one monster and it's supposed to be like a demon scary monster movie or whatever, if you show that monster, it's not going to be scary. When you see that thing fully lit and it's like appearing in the daytime, for instance, just not scary at that point.
Yep, I would agree. I don't have anything more I want to say about it, so unless you
That's fine. No, not really. I mean, other than, like I said, at first I thought I was going to enjoy it.
It's hard for me to say because I was just extremely disappointed by it. I mean, it was cool to watch it, but it just wasn't. I can't recommend it at all.
Well, especially after reading those articles talking about that, because like I got that impression, even though I didn't read that article. I was like, oh, they wrote an article about this because it was so good. Like, no. It wasn't. It was. I don't know why they did. Yeah, the only thing I can say though for possibility is that maybe because this is a Spanish film, maybe they don't have quite as many movies of like this quality, because I think it was a decently made movie, but also it did that 60 frames per second deal where it felt like it was recorded like non-filmic looking, so it had this really, like, especially when they were inside, it looked very video camera, like home video type look.
What about that scene where she's walking forward when everyone else is walking backwards?
Yeah, see, that was cool. I thought that was kind of interesting because, I mean, they do some visual stuff. Like when she's walking down the street and it just shows her legs and the street turns into the pages from the book, books that she was reading.
Yep.
Like, there's interesting things in it, but I mean, overall, it didn't lead to a very good movie. It's just a meh movie. Yeah. Not bad, not good. Meh. I agree.
But then I did watch a good movie.
How dare
my wife had been wanting to watch it for a while because she really likes Sam. She's a big fan of Sam Rockwell. And we rented and watched 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Fantastic.
I am impressed that you remember that entire
It's
title.
Extremely good. Like, every actor has a great role. Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell, Frances McDormand. Just fantastic. Like, I love the story, like the way the characters are written. Like, you know, Sam Rockwell's character goes through this big transformation throughout it, and it's just crazy story about, you know, this backwater town in Missouri dealing with police corruption, racism. I don't want to say too, and Peter Dinklage is in it.
Peter Dinklage. Yeah, don't spoil too much because I still want to see it.
This is like a great film. Like, you can see why it was nominated for an Academy Award. I really recommend it. It was really good. It is loosely based on true events. There's a couple different people that claim that that their story inspired this film. I think that the actual one that took place in Texas, but really good. I can't say that enough, and I don't want to like talk any more about it because I would encourage people to see this because I had no idea what it was about, and I just really I just really got into it. Like watching Frances's character, which she won Best Actress for it. You know,
Yeah.
watching her character and like this arc she goes down and the path she's on is just it's really cool. I really enjoyed her. Like I've always liked her. I think in her films, like Fargo, and I believe she's in quite a few of the those guys' Sam's movies. She's in. I think she's in Burn After Reading, and
she's a lot of the time she plays like a secondary character, so I have a hard time remembering what she's been in. But yeah, I liked her in Fargo, and she was in something else I saw fairly recently that I was like, oh, she's in this movie. And
yeah, I'm not a huge movie guy, so I'm not going to remember directors' names. So please flame me accordingly.
How can you? You shouldn't even be allowed to watch movies.
Right. And then lastly, I got caught up today. I broke down and I bought season 4 Star Wars Rebels. I had like $10 of credit on Google
You
Play.
rebel.
So I bought the season and I had started watching it, and the series finale was last night. So I got those released on Google today, and I watched it. So I've watched all of season 4. The series has ended.
Wow.
Rebels is done. And it was this whole time we were watching that and we kind of wonder how is this going to tie in, what happens to these characters. And I think they did a great job wrapping it up. It ends, but also it opens another door. And there's a time jump that takes place to after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Where there's an epilogue and there's a time jump. So I'll say that, and gives you what, snapshot where these characters are at or what's going on. And I believe that's going to leave the door open for the next animated series, because it's always been said that the next Star Wars animated series would take place in that gap between Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi. So hopefully that's where this new series takes place. It was really good. This was a really good season, and the last 4 episodes are probably really excellent in Rebels. So it's testimony to how far the series came, because I remember when it first started, we were both like, this is like a kid show. This sucks. And wasn't really impressed with it. And the more you watch it, I don't think because when Clone Wars was at its best, Clone Wars was awesome. I don't think it quite reaches that level, but I think it has more. It's more consistent. Clone Wars had some more hits and misses. This has a more consistent feel.
Okay.
But I just say Dave Filoni, man, hats off. Awesome work to what he's done with his storytelling in Star Wars. I dare say some of the world building and character building has been somewhat good throughout this that it almost outshines some of the stuff that's going in the big cinema.
Oh, snap.
I'm gonna say it.
You heard it here.
One spoiler I will give, because it was long rumored, but they did reveal in the final credits of this last episode that yes, Dave Filoni was the voice of Chopper.
Oh, snap. You finally get an answer.
Yep. So I totally recommend it. Yeah, it's really it's really good. It's really good. I'm negotiating with Nathan Thomas to have that's entertaining episode focused on it.
Oh, wow.
If you're interested in such things.
I'm interested in watching the rest of it. I still need to do that. I think I made it to halfway through season 2 before I couldn't watch it through legal means anyways. So.
Oh man, you're missing out. Season 2 was good.
I know. I want to watch it.
Season 3 was fantastic.
Well, if Disney would stop making their own freaking platforms and just put it on Netflix or something, that would be nice.
Yeah, I don't get how that works. Rogue One came to Netflix, but not not Force Awakens. And then
because of I actually read I don't remember exactly, but it has something to do with movie deals that they struck with certain things and ownership or property rights. I will say
how cool would it be to get Disney streaming, because then you would get all their character films, but then you'd have all the Star Wars films.
Yeah. All the
the
Marvel
Star
films.
Wars, the Marvel films, the Netflix show. I'm assuming they. I don't know how would that work with the Netflix series. Would those stay on Netflix or would those get spread
I think that's
over?
what they're waiting for. They want those contracts to end so that they can bring them over, or at least most of them to end.
You get Gravity Falls and your other Disney XD animation shows, and
I would imagine they're not signing too many exclusive rights to movies anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, it would be good, but at the same time, it would be kind of one of those things that I would pay for like 2 or 3 months, and then I'd be like, all right, I watched everything I wanted to.
right.
So,
Yep. That's really it for me.
okay, what do you say we jump into NBA Jam, and I'll go through my what you playing real quick too.
Oh, sure. Our last game.
Our last game of the evening. So yeah, I talked about how I went to the. Well, let me get the other stuff out of the way first because I want to talk a little bit. Well, no, actually, never mind. I'll talk about Annihilation because I can't give any spoilers, so I probably won't talk about it that long. Monster Jam. So I went to the movies and I saw Annihilation, and the reason why I saw this was because I had seen some of my movie buff friends talking about it, and I believe it's from the director who directed. Turn this down really quick in our.
Oh, you want to toggle the view too?
Oh yes, I do. Thank you for reminding me. Gosh, what an idiot. So this is from the director who directed Deus or Ex Machina. I always want to say Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, right.
Sorry, you can't put in codes for Bill Clinton because we're not gonna do. So, yeah, I went and I saw it, and dude, this freaking movie like blew my mind. It's so weird, but the Washington Bullets, wow, it's so weird, but at the same time, I really like it because I can't. I don't want to spoil it, but anyway, well, the trailers show that they go into the Oh, I'm subbing out people. Whoops.
Yeah.
Let's go with. I want to go with the. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? I know who I want. Let's see. Just a second. There we go.
Oh, Utah Jazz.
Yes,
baby.
sir. Sorry, I forgot what freaking time period
So
we're living in right
NBA
now.
Jam Tournament Edition. Lucas is the Utah Jazz combo of Karl Malone and John Stockton. I had to go with the Seattle Supersonics.
Supersonics.
Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp, baby.
Yeah, we don't know what any of the buttons do.
Well, that shoots.
Was that B?
Yes,
it is.
I gotta.
Oh! What? Stockton can't jam. Come on now.
Okay, that's the shoot button.
Oh shit, we don't have control over our other guy. That's dumb. So anyways, Annihilation, sorry. It was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It blew my mind. It was weird, but that's what I liked about it. Apparently A also shoots.
What's the turbo button? Have you... Oh, I got it now.
The shoulders. And... Oh, God, what's the pass button? I think it's broke. Oh! He steals and doesn't jam like an idiot. Yeah, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was weird. Sorry, I know I keep repeating myself. And I don't know, like it's just different. Like people complain that there's not enough new interesting original movies. But when I went to see it, there were like 10 people in the theater, and it's been out for a little while, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's this that we just kind of complain that there's nothing original, and then when there is original, we're like, yeah, we'll go see that, and then like nobody does because it's not there's not enough hype around it or whatever. But it deals with the human condition and all this other stuff, and it's pretty deep. And And I think that's partially why I enjoyed watching it alone, because there's something to be said of movies where you just sit down and eat a bunch of popcorn and you just watch it and that's that. Like, I'm sure Jumanji will be like that.
I just want to point out I'm on fire.
Yeah, I saw. Well, you were on fire. Now you're not. Oh no, you still are. Shit. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and it was nice to see something that wasn't. I mean, it's based on a book, but it's not. It's not, you know, Harry Potter 7 or whatever. So, oh God, you have injuries. Oh shit, yep. Malone has 6 of them. Get him out of there. So I've been in a movie watching Moon. It's not that I can't play games, and I have played, like yesterday I played a little bit of what did I play? I played a little bit of Witcher 3. But I don't know. I've been pulled to playing or to watching movies, and I've said before, like, it goes in spurts for me, and they're really long spurts. Like, I'll go 3 months playing games, and then I'll go, 2 months playing or watching movies. So I watched Silent Hill. Now, I watched this last when it first came out in theaters, and that's the last time I watched it. So it's been a while. But I do remember that even though this movie kind of sucks, it's actually good in the sense that as far as like video game movies go, it did a much better job of being a good movie based on the source material, as opposed to many other games or movies based on games, like, I don't know, anything Uwe Boll has ever done.
It was a good movie.
I mean, there's like the dialogue is effing horrible. There's 2 specific parts where he says, or they say, you need to calm right down. Like, nobody who's actually in any kind of stress. How the fuck did I just made that?
Just made a half-court shot.
How does anybody say, like, you need to calm right down, or we need to go right down and find her? Like, something about the word right, constantly saying it in this movie. So it's not like the best, but man, there's a part where you see Pyramid Head and he materializes in the front of these church stairs. He grabs this girl and just rips her skin off and throws it against the church doors. Like, there's some moments in this movie where you're just like, holy shit, that just happened. And that's one of them. Of course, Pyramid Head being an iconic character in the Silent Hill series. The nurses are in there as well. Mm-hmm. And just the amount of time that they put into, like, when the change happens over into the bad world, or whatever you want to call it, the rusty world, is really good, all things considered. So I don't know. I know it's not like cinema, majestic cinema.
Like, it has some good. It captured. I think it really captures the game well.
It used the music from the first 2 games too, which really helps because, it just has that Silent Hill feel that the music does. Like, it has very specific music, and they decided to use it, and I think that was a good decision. Oh my God, how do you not make that? There you go. So yeah, I mean, say what you will about it, and I do realize it's kind of a guilty pleasure, but like you said, I enjoy it. It's good. Have you noticed I haven't dunked this at all? I don't think I know. I don't know how to dunk. I think I did that on accident. Like that, right there. Yeah. Oh! Blocked, son. But then you came back and did it anyway. You got to be in the paint, is my guess. The key. Paint. Do I have to post? I know words about basketball.
I just want to break your backboard. That's my goal.
Don't break my backboard. Not my backboard. So yeah, that was Silent Hill. I recommend it. The second one's terrible. But, oh shit, I got it. Oh, poop. Oh, that was weak. Weak sauce. Then the other movie that I watched, well, I watched this in sections because I kept starting it at 11 o'clock, and I typically go to bed at like midnight, so I don't get a lot of time to watch it. But dude, that guy straight up just murdered you. He's swiping at your balls, if you know what I'm saying. Was the girl with all the gifts. And this all started because Donnie, when he was on an episode of the podcast, I listened.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was highly recommending it. Yeah. I enjoyed the movie. I would recommend it. It's not quite as good as, say, a major studio film, but it kind of reminded me of like a Lionsgate type film or something like that. The story's good. Don't get me wrong, but there's some parts in it that are kind of silly and not silly in the sense that it's funny, but in the sense that like they use child actors for certain scenes, and it just, I don't know. It's hard for me to take child actors serious because they're usually not very good at acting. But the main girl did very well, and I thought the story was pretty good, all things considered. I mean, you can only watch so many movies about zombies where you're just like, all right, I need to not
That's
watch
the
it
one. It's not the one with the cover art has her wearing like the Hannibal
a
Lecter.
mask. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that comes into, and that's explained and everything as well. But yeah, they do a good job of just like making sure that this world makes sense and you don't get all the answers, but you get enough that you don't feel like, why the hell did I just watch this? And I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I thought it was good, and I wasn't really I wouldn't say my expectations were super low, but they just weren't. I mean, I don't know. I just, holy shit. Mr. like Stockton has like freaking turbo jets on or something because he was just running around like a madman. But yeah, I mean, it's not like, you know, a typical, it's not going to be the best movie ever, but I don't know. It was good. So I'm glad I watched it. Let's just put it that way. Of course, it's on Amazon Video, and you know,
yeah.
say what you will about
I
that.
always like forget to really use that as a
They need to
service.
They need to like redo that because it doesn't even seem like something you like. If you go online to do it, like on the web to get video, it's terrible, which is how I watched it. On the Roku, it's not quite as bad, but it still sucks. The way that they have it laid out is awful. They just need to redo that in general. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did. I was working on, like I said, The Witcher, and I also was playing some of that wrestling game that I just was kind of checking out, and that turned into me playing it some more. So that was kind of interesting. But I mean, I've talked about that game in the past when I first got it. So
Yep.
That's it. That's everything, man.
Awesome. You had a good run.
Yeah, I also will say that I'm probably still in movie mode, so I'm sure there'll be more to
Wow.
come.
Sean Kemp has a 9 in dunks, and I've missed like 3 dunks. Like,
It's because the
off
game
the-
wants me to catch up. Gamer catch up. I'm sure I will go see another movie at some point. Man, these quarters do not last very long. And you did it. You win. You won the big game.
come on.
What a
Dude,
cool...
I played the heck out of NBA Jam back in the day. I had it on Genesis. Had NBA Jam, and they had NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and I just played a lot of this game. This is like one of my favorites. I played with my dad, played with my brothers.
Oh, you got your dad involved. That's always fun.
Yeah, my dad loved this game. We played NBA Jam all the time. Played at the arcades. That's how we played it. So
I always thought it was weird that this game had an arcade game. Like, I mean, it makes sense because it's an arcade style, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like the kind of game you would want to stand and play at an arcade for some reason.
it was a bit of a chord reader.
Yeah, I can see. Uh-oh. Gotta go with the full 90s, boy.
Oh man, we were just talking about those guys, the Charlotte Hornets in PSVG land today.
Maybe that's why I picked them. It's not. You know, I'll say I don't have a ton of memories of this game because, again, I wasn't much of a sports person back then. But
Yeah.
I will say, oh, hello, Aaron.
Aaron, it's like insanely late. How are you still awake? Oh, the rookie team: Eric Montross, Jason Kidd, Rose.
Are you controlling your other player?
No, you can't.
Okay.
I think I think there's a control setting that will let you do that.
Screw it. I don't care.
I gotta go with my boys back in the day, the Orlando Magic.
Oh,
Penny Hardaway,
God.
Horace Grant.
Jesus, this couldn't get any more 90s if we were playing as the freaking teams from Space Jam.
Right?
Um,
Yes, you should be in bed. It's got to be. What time is it for you? It's got to be like almost 3 a.m., isn't it?
you could be in bed watching us. I wouldn't have any problems with that. Uh-oh. What team am I? I'm the light colored.
Yeah.
Jerseys.
We're gonna finish off the show here, where we're playing another round of NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Yeah, this will probably be the last one. Well, I was gonna say what. So my experience with this game was that my brother really liked basketball, and of course, back in the day, we would play together a lot. And he'd always play Coach K basketball.
Oh yeah, so
And so this was a little bit more my speed, I guess, as somebody who didn't really like basketball all that much. What the? My computer just saved me there. I could get into this, but that leads me to another question. Why do you think arcade-style games like this one need to exist then?
because not everyone wants the grind of a simulation game.
Do you think it just comes out of the, like, I like basketball. I want my friend or my brother to play basketball with me. So if you won't play the real game, let's play this ridiculously over-the-top, because there's football equivalents of this. There's hockey equivalents even for some unknown reason. Where you get like the 3-on-3 and there's always been basketball where 1-on-1 type deals and stuff like that. Do you think that's part of it? Like, well, like you said, nobody wants to, just a second. Our program just told me your camera will shut off soon if you don't press this button. So I had to press this button. That was the noise. The
I wonder what that was.
So do you think it's just like that if you don't want to play the simulation or you don't have any friends who actually like the game, you can at least get them to try this one and maybe play it with you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely part of it. But I mean, you can just. Oh, shot.
Ugly as hell.
Yeah, but I think there's like I had one basketball simulation game, which was NBA 95, NBA Live 95. I wanted that. I got it for Christmas. I was pumped, but I don't like basketball simulation games. I would never play like I know a lot of the guys like Callow's big into the NBA 2K. I think Donnie likes the NBA series. Seth does too, but I just never was. I was a fan of those. I always liked the arcade. Like NBA Jam there was College Jam, which like the college variant of this. There was
Muggsy Bogues.
It kind of fell off. This is like the highlight of arcade basketball. Really is.
Yeah, there's not a lot of arcade basketball. Like there's the Street series now, but
yeah, there's Street, and then there's a really terrible game called NBA Playgrounds that they
just life ain't a playground. Play basketball. I don't know. Boom. Well, I never liked basketball, and I still don't. I mean, I can understand why people do, but like I talked about with hockey and somewhat with football and obviously with soccer, because it's basically hockey without skates, they make scoring into an event where here you just score over and over and over. However, I will say that having watched a little bit of college basketball with my wife, I have discovered that the real enjoyment for most people in this game is about the strategies. Watching the plays develop on, 5-on-5 basketball is where I know, at least for me, it got interesting. And I was learning like, okay, so they're running this play so they can pick the ball or whatever. Like, I will still be showing my ignorance because I don't know, anything about this, but at least
just destroyed my team.
Well, he's also controlled by the computer as you do. So, how was that not goaltending?
This game actually, my brother that's how he played this game. He would just sit underneath the hoop and jump. and the game would only call goaltending like not
half
very
the time, if that. Well, then on me, as you say that, he had it down to a science apparently. Fine, don't pass it to me, asshole. Yeah, well, I guess you kind of answered most of my questions anyways, because like I never knew you as a basketball fan, really. I've heard you talk about football and obviously hockey, but never oh man. We're going into halftime, tied 33-33. Anyways, but I've never heard you really talk about it as much as other sports.
Yeah, I watched it like at this at this time in my life, like when this game's popular, I watched basketball. I watched it in like the mid '90s. Like I remember watching the NBA Finals each year. I remember and cheering for the Pistons, cheering for the Magic, cheering for the Bulls. I liked a lot of those teams, and I was big into basketball then. But then it just wasn't a sport that I stuck with. I much preferred football and hockey, just because.
Shit, I'm getting good at running right into you. No! Oh, get rejected, boy. Get that out of my house. Okay, you just.
Well, I just stood underneath the rim and jumped every time. I mean.
Oh, here it comes. Here it is.
I could do that too.
Ooh, you can go ahead. That's what your brother told me. That's what this game is. You just. And then I wait for my CPU player to just literally mug you until you die. And then I run down and I jam. Oh, and I miss. I must increase my bust. All right. Well, we have a little bit of... Oh, I just lost your video. I bet your camera just timed out, too.
My camera probably did the same thing. Hold on.
Well, nobody needs to see your face.
Can you pause it and I'll toggle it back?
Ooh, I don't know if I should.
Let's get it back. No, that just maximized your screen again. Turn camera back on.
We can't have this podcast without your beautiful shining face.
I know. We should probably just end the podcast. I mean, we're still playing this, but
well, I thought we'd do the community grab bag really quick and then we'll end it, since
okay.
we actually have community grab bag stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I mean, you don't get that quite often. Do you want me to do it or do you want to?
I can't because I'm locked into your screen.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so anytime we do a gaming game one, it's basically run by me at this point because that's fine. I have it open right here anyway. So
yeah, issues with Parsec.
Yeah, this isn't a perfect science, and that's why we're not going to do it more than a month apart. So, it's a lot of fun and it's something different to do. But
fun for us, it's definitely something we need to work on because I hate having dead air when we're like,
yeah, it's definitely a visual thing, and I think for the audio listeners, it probably doesn't make for a great episode, and maybe we won't even, release it as an audio podcast in the future. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it separately.
Or they can just skip it, or they'll just have a super short episode.
Yeah, we'll make it obvious that that's what this is, and then you can skip it or whatever. I mean, we don't want you to skip it, but we also understand that you might not like this type of content. We are exploring all avenues because you guys, you deserve some, the treatment. So anyways, community grab bag, Mr. Dan Anthony says, who we haven't talked to in quite some time, and we were missing him. He says
he's a man of mystery.
He is. He goes quiet, and then when you start to worry because you haven't seen him in a while, and you're like, what is happening?
I just want to point out that the guy with a 1 rating for 3-pointers made a 3-pointer at the buzzer.
That's how bullshit this game is. So he says, "Hey, Fluxtaposed, since I've been away for a while, here's a very important sports story. Brian Windhorst. Oh God, Windhorst." That's how it's spelled, so that's how I'm saying it. J.R. Smith was suspended for throwing a bowl of soup at Cavs assistant coach Damon Jones. Sources tell these people. So soup chat. Let's talk about the soup. Well, first of all, what are your reactions about soup throwing?
I think it makes a statement. Not everyone,
Well, it's the price factor, right? Like, you can throw a drink because typically a drink is a couple bucks maybe. But soup, like a really good soup, a fine soup is probably going to set you back like at least $4.50. That's twice the
True.
price, and that was also goaltending. So it's effectively throwing money in somebody's face in liquid form.
Yes.
Consistency is a big factor.
Yeah, you're gonna want to have a lot of. I don't know. Would you prefer
Chunks.
Would you want it to be brothy, or would you
No.
want to have some good noodles or some texture in there to really?
I need potatoes for sure. Maybe broth probably seems hotter. That was not good for you. Broth seems hotter for some reason, but I mean in a sexual way. No, I mean in a like it's going to burn my face like coffee sort of way. But there's something about a chunky, thick potato soup that is, I don't know. That's something I really wouldn't want thrown at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh no, not the potato soup. So, well, secondly, what's your favorite soup, Jason? He goes on to ask. Oh God, stop it! You're hurting
Well,
me.
is chili a soup or is chili a chili?
Are you saying? Oh, like it's its own category? No, chili's a soup. Chili's a soup. Well, okay. Is goulash a soup, or is that a noodle dish with liquid? Because I feel like goulash and chili are soups. They're not just their own things. Potato soup, yes. Really?
Potato soup's good. I like.
Dude, you gotta get that like cheddar soup. It's like not even soup at that point. Oh, stew. Aaron comes in with the stew.
I just want to point out that if I hadn't made that shot at the buzzer, you would have won.
Oh, I didn't even know I lost.
I won by 2 points. I made 15 3-pointers as Penny Hardaway scored 55 points.
Oh my God. Well, I guess the thing to take away from here is that, well, see, I passed the ball around. Grant on your team was just like there to hold the ball while you ran down the court.
I don't need the CPU. So you're saying you need the CPU to carry you a little bit, huh?
I'm saying that basketball is a team sport, and I tend to utilize my team to its fullest extent. All right, let's finish out this podcast. We're closing up this thing. So what's your favorite soup? Sorry, what did you say?
I don't.
You said chili. Chili, I'll give chili. I mean, it's in the soup family at least.
It's a tough question. I don't have a whole lot of variety of soups, so.
Well, see, chili's good, but sometimes it's questionable as to how.
Vegetable beef.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, dude. Now you're making me hungry. Chili is questionable as a heat factor. You know what I mean? Like you don't know.
Yeah.
You taste somebody's chili, you don't know what you're gonna get as far as spice goes, and they always go, "It's not really that hot," but then you eat it and it's like death on a stick.
Yeah.
I don't eat chowder. I've never eaten chowder, and I won't eat chowder. Chowder. Yeah, mine's. I gotta say, chili's pretty damn good, but maybe like a cheddar potato soup is good. Creamy broccoli. What is the cheddar broccoli that they have at Panera? That's damn good. And I think I already. A chunky soup for sure would be my weapon of choice, Jason. I think that goes without saying. There's particles in there to cause damage, for sure. So yeah. Lastly, since I might as well just finish the rest of this. Do you hold the bowl in one hand or two? One for me, obviously, because
you can't hold it too. You can't do the spoon.
Yeah,
unless you're sipping.
Oh, dude, people who sip their soups without a spoon, what the hell is wrong with those people? Underhand? No, never. It's too hot under there. You got to touch the little sides of the bowl at the top where it's not hot, where the liquid isn't touching.
Or you got to use a heat absorbent device.
Yeah, like a glove or something. Half the time I'm not even really holding it. I just put it on my stomach and then I just spoon it up into my mouth. You know what I'm saying? And there are so many soups to choose from. None of them are bad. Have you ever had a bad soup?
Yes.
What?
It's possible.
Well, French onion.
You could have badly seasoned or, bad ingredients.
I feel bad for you. You need to up your soup game, clearly. Tomato soup with some grilled cheese, though.
Oh, yeah. That's great. That's great.
Well, on that note, we should probably stop. Brings to a close Soup Chat. hopefully we don't have to talk about soup for another year.
As Dan coined in Twitter on this episode of Fluxtaposed.
Broth-taposed, yes. Yes, that's great. But not
So
all
as the soup
soups.
chat comes
Not all
to
soups
a
are broths.
close,
I just want to say. We'll save
so
that
is
for
most
next
of this
time.
podcast. So,
Mm-hmm.
let us know what you thought. And obviously, we know this episode wouldn't be the most flowing. It might be a little convoluted, but we'd love to hear your feedback. Hit us up on social media. Let us know if hey, did you like this idea? If you watched it either live or on the video, like, hey, did you enjoy it? Then give us feedback to how to tailor it and improve it going forward.
Well, some things sound good on paper, and then you experience it, and
Yeah.
you're like, well, that actually didn't turn out very well.
Yeah, clearly the key is, you want to have a lot of scripted sections for when we're playing games, because it's so easy, even if it's a game you play a lot, it's just to and you zone out into the game and forget,
Yeah.
doing other things. But with that, so please reach out to us and let us know. But with that, we'd like to, as always on this show, we'd like to thank our many patrons, but a special thanks go to our arbiters of awesomeness, Sean Capri, Edwin Calla, Tyler Rowland, and Nathan Horton, and our executors of excellence, Josh Bourbone, Dan Anthony, and Siri Renee. If you're interested in helping this little fledgling podcast achieve great things, we encourage you to check out patreon.com/Fluxtaposed. We are in the midway, stretching towards our next goal of $100 per month, in which we would love to give back, because we will do regular monthly giveaways instead of the irregular occurrence that they are now. So we will be doing them every month.
And they won't just be Steam keys that we can't use.
No, it won't be Steam keys they can't use. We're just going to give you straight up eShop credits. So, hey, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. This was Fluxtaposed. Stick around. We'll save a seat for you at the next one.